Battlefield 5 is an early access game. Make no mistake. It's out now, in what the developers would have you believe is a finished state, but its most talked about mode, the Firestorm Battle Royale, isn't releasing until March, 4 months after launch, with other content and modes to see staggered entry into the playability sphere long after you dropped your $60 on it. I have no problem with games feeding extra content to their players as time goes on, as long as it is in fact extra and not shit that should have been there from the start. Battlefield 5 is an early access game and should be labeled as such, but it isn't, because as long as you meet your launch window, it doesn't matter what you cut out to achieve it. And people really seem to not know how to meet their launch windows recently. Spyro having been delayed, Red Dead Redemption 2 employing massive crunch, Fallout 76 dropping a 50 gig day one patch like that's not indicative of a mismanaged development cycle and half-assed QA testing. Delays are delays, but rushed productions continue to fly unnoticed under the radar, dropping their kids off at school with a few dozen band-aids on his body to half-assedly plug all the leaks they left in him. More accurately, they're sending their kid to school with the flu, and they should be keeping him home longer so he can recover and not be unpleasant and gross to everyone around him. Games are flat out not being finished, or not getting finished until they've been out for a year. Usually when you're being sold a fixer-upper, it's at a discounted price because it's a goddamn fixer-upper. But here they're letting you pay full price to move into a broken house with water damage and mold and a fucking poltergeist while they work on it as you live there. Battlefield 5 should be $40. You want Firestorm when it comes out? Shell out another $20. You'll have your complete game at your complete price, or you can keep your $20 and play a game with a $40 value because I like to get what I pay for, or else not get what I don't want to pay for. My favorite part about the Pro Controller for Nintendo Switch is that the last two games I bought don't support it. Super Mario Party and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee mandate either single Joy-Cons or handheld mode, which is annoying when I want to not do those things. Let's Go Eevee is great, by the way. It creates a couple headaches, but it alleviates a lot more. No more random encounters is the best thing that ever happened to the franchise. Having HM moves turned into special techniques you don't need to teach your Pokemon is super convenient. The game is built around the Pokemon Go mechanics so snugly that catching Pokemon is actually fun and fast, and being able to ride Pokemon like bikes is great and sometimes hilarious. I have a Ride-On, and you can literally ride it by grappling its neck as it runs on two legs like you're hanging onto Godzilla for dear life. Also, Jesse and James are in that shit, finally. The headaches are you can't turn the XP share off, which makes trainer battles award next to no experience, and most of your grinding is done by just repeatedly catching Pokemon instead. Also, past a certain point, Pokemon will break out of Ultra Balls like they're nothing at all, and you can get 3 excellent throws in a row and still get fucked. Berries that make Pokemon easier to catch only last for one throw, which is stupid. It's true that you can't evolve your starting Eevee, but you can catch other ones and evolve them. Also, your starting Eevee is a goddamn monster, with access to insane elemental moves it shouldn't have, and OP stats to balance it out. It's so strong, it's almost pointless to use any other Pokemon since they all get XP from the battles anyway, and its coverage makes it the perfect lead. Anyway, by the way, games that are rated E are rated E for everyone. The E doesn't stand for children only, those would be 2 different letters. Last I checked, I am part of everyone, so anytime anyone gives you shit for liking a kid's game, just remind them it's rated E for them too. Also, they're a bitch. How insecure do you have to be to actually look down on adults and teenagers playing Pokemon or Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts is rated E10+, by the way. That's just how badass it is. 9-year-olds are like, whoa, this is too much. Only the big boys get to watch Sora play with Winnie the Pooh. Video games are for fun. As long as you're having fun, you are consuming them properly. There's really nothing that mature about M-rated games. It's not the difference between Shakespeare and Dr. Seuss. It's Deadpool versus the Avengers. Most people who have seen either have seen both. I love Pokemon, and I love Doom. I love Spyro, and I like God of War. It's hard to even respond to that attitude, because it's so nonsensical. So if you're in that situation, petty insults will do. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Sunburned. You can support the channel financially on Patreon at patreon.com/sunburnedalbino, and I'll see you guys next time.